Guys, Dr.MooMoo here, and welcome back to another video. Today, I will be ranking every movie, TV show, video game I watched slash played in the month. The month was September. That was the last month. And I will be ranking all of them. Here they all are all here. I think there's 17. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 16 is what I meant to say. That's almost the same number. Let's get into it now. Enough rambling. So first here we have, these are not in the order. I did them, by the way. They're in just a random order. First here we have Mega Man 11, which is a game, of course, and this is actually my first Mega Man game, but I had a fun time with it. It's like a platform shooter type of thing, very kinda Metroid-y, but you die, you start over pretty much. I mean, you can buy lives, so you can start over at checkpoints, and it's a bit lenient in that way, but not like super. I hate the boss that I had trouble on. I'm gonna kind of spoil this one somewhat. You probably know some of the bosses that are gonna be in this. The Yellow Devil boss was a nightmare. That took me so many tries. And while it took me so many tries, I had much more fun with. Yellow Devil just kind of made me mad. But it was still a good experience. Speaking of good, that's where I'm going to put it in good tier. Where it belongs. First Mega Man game, had a blast. I see why people love this series. It was fun. Next, I watched the new live-action Pinocchio movie. And like everyone else, I think this movie is bad. Let's go. I'm gonna put an awful just so I have an awful this time around, which means I might not have a bad, but worth it. This movie is not good. It takes apart what the original had going for it. I don't think the original is like perfect or anything, but I think the original is good. I'd probably put it here in this good, or maybe even lower great. But this one gets rid of everything that someone might love about the Pinocchio. It gets rid of the message about lying too. Like the only time he lies is to get in his advantage, so that's no fun. And he pokes at Poopy at one point. That's pretty cool. I like the Cricket's voice. The Cricket's voice is fun and original. Tom Hanks is fine. He's not the best either in this. Pinocchio's voice actor's fine as well. He gets the job done. But the Cricket was outstanding, like a noticeable part of this movie. New character that they added for this, that she's a puppeteer and she's boring. I don't care. She gets a song, it's fine. All the songs, I don't like what they did with the dream song, the beginning song. What's it, When You Wish Upon a Star? I think that's awful. I don't like the changes they made to that song. I don't know. That just might not be my taste of it. Anyway, enough Pinocchio rambling. It's awful. I said it. Move on. Then I have the Lord of the Rings. Let's put these in order. Is this, yeah, here's Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King. All these are going to be perfect. I'm not going to go too much detail. Everybody knows Lord of the Rings, and everybody knows everyone loves Lord of the Rings. I'm no exception. I thought these were perfect. I'm going to go ahead and put them in order here. I think Two Towers is the weakest. Still perfect, though. Like, amazing. Then Fellowship and Return of the King's perfect. These two managed to crack my top 20 movies of all time right now. This one didn't quite make the cut. But these are excellent. Highly recommend the Lord of the Rings series if you're into fantasy and stuff like that. They're fun time. They're super long, especially if you do the extended version like I did. And they go on forever. But the characters are so fun in this. It's insane. Next up, we have Dragon Ball Z Super... Or no, Dragon Ball Super Superhero. That's the name of the movie. This is my first Dragon Ball anything. I've never seen Dragon Ball before this, and I still understood the movie, so they explain what needs to be done. You don't have to watch this 1,000-year-long show. I hear the show's not that great. The Super Show Z's good. I hear I do need to watch Z, but I have not yet. But I had a fun time with this, even though I might not understood everything that was happening, but I still understood the plot, who I was supposed to be rooting for, all that type of stuff, what was going on. Like, I knew what was happening. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in good tier here, right below Mega Man 11. Fun time. If you like superhero movies, you'd probably like this. If you like animation, you'd probably like this. If you like Dragon Ball, you'd probably like this. If you were debating watching it, probably shouldn't trust my opinion, since I've never seen Dragon Ball, but hey, you do you. Next up, I watched the new Clerks 3. Huge fan of, I'm not a huge fan. Kevin Smith's fun. He makes fun movies. Some of them aren't the best. None of them are, like, perfect or anything, but they're fun, good times you can have. I watched it with my dad and sister. Good time. Not much to say about it. It's more, I like the drama of it more than the comedy, which is kind of strange for Kevin Smith, since he definitely focused more on comedy, and you can tell this is trying to be more of a comedy, but the drama and the ending and everything, it's fun. I'm gonna put it below Dragon Ball Z, but it's still a good movie. Recommend you watch it if you can. It's only in like select theaters right now though. Maybe just wait for it to come out on DVD or whatever. Or maybe a streaming service. I don't know where it's coming. Next up, I watched Elvis. First time here. It came on HBO Max, so I'm like, why not? Might as well watch it. I don't think this is like as high as some people are giving it, but I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people are giving it. I'm kind of in the middle ground. We're getting a lot of goods here. Weird that there's not a lot of Elvis songs in an Elvis movie, but like there is, but they cut a lot. Like you don't hear the full thing. It's an interesting story. Tom Hanks is interesting in it. He's got like a thing going on. I think it's fine. I don't think it's like unbearable. It's not like necessarily outstanding or anything. Elvis actor's fine. The story's fine. All of it's good. I enjoyed it. It's probably the best of the singer movies that isn't like making fun of it. Like I like Dewey Cox and Popstar, but I did not like Bohemian Rhapsody, if you get what I'm saying. But I think this one's good. Let's slap it here just above Clerks 3. Next up, whoopee, my mom made me watch the movie Father of the Bride, because I had been watching only murders, so might as well watch the movie with the guy in it. Why not? This movie's fine. It's not like I hate it or anything. It's just there's nothing going on like that's new to anything I've seen before. It's just it's father's daughters get married. He doesn't like the dude because he doesn't want his daughter growing up. He remembers him a kid. But they get married anyway, because he's like, oh, maybe this guy's not too bad. My daughter might marry good, I guess. This guy's pretty cool. Yep, one of those movies. It's okay, it's fine. Don't watch it if you don't like getting bored, because it's boring. But it's not bad boring. Or fun boring. It's okay. Next up, Super Mario World, which is playing in the background right now, I think. Anyway. Super Mario World, I replayed Super Mario World. I've already played it before. This game's perfect. I freaking love this game. Hard to rank with Lord of the Rings. Let's put it just above Two Towers. It's definitely my top 15 games of all time. It's amazing. It's the best of the 2D Mario games, not the best Mario game. That would be Galaxy. But if you love the 2D Mario games, especially the old ones, and haven't played World, go ahead and play it. It's on Switch if you have the SNES Online thing. Or you could probably, if you have an SNES, play it. Or if you get the SNES Classics, you can play it. Or just find it online. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. It's a great game. The platforming's fun. The level designs are cool. The world layout is the best world layout of any Mario game, in my opinion, I think. Like, the level layouts, how you get to levels, they're fun to look at the environment. I don't know why that sticks out to me, but I love this game. Next up, we have Splatoon 3. Stick it in great here. It's a great shooter. This is like my only shooter multiplayer game I've played. If it even counts as that. It does. It does. You try to ink up the thing. You know how Splatoon works if you play the first two. I think this beats all the others because it's elevating it. Did we need a Splatoon 3? Maybe not, but I think the story mode once existed. This is the best story mode of any Splatoon game, beating Octo Expansion for me. It improves on the Octo Expansion formula, and the story in Splatoon 3, it does not have to go as hard as it does, like the backstory to the characters or like the world. It's incredible. I'm not going to spoil anything. I guess this might not be spoilers, but read the logs because it is a crazy story. It goes hard as heck. I still use in the dualies. Those are still the guns I find the easiest and funnest to use for my personal taste. The tricolor splat, not the biggest fan of. I only got in it once. It's really hard to actually get in a tricolor splat game, and the one time I got in it, we won very easily. I don't know if it's because Team Fun was bad. I was Team Gear, by the way. Team Fun was just bad, the team I faced, or not. Team Gear won, by the way. Woo! Splatfest was fun. Splatfest, 10 out of 10 Splatfest. Let's go. Woo! That's the perfect Splatfest. Anyway, Splatoon 3 is fun. If you like the first two Splatoons, you like it. If you haven't played Splatoon game, give it a try. It's a great game. You'd probably like it. Primal, the new Adult Swim show. This show is amazing. Top 20 show. Look at all these getting to my top stuff. I'm not gonna put it above Mario World. I will put it above Two Towers. Primal's a fun show. The ending of season 2 is bad. That's the only thing I'm gonna say bad about it. The ending of season 2 I'm not the hugest fan of, but the show itself, it's amazing. The action is incredible. The story, there's no talking. There's like, well, there's some talking. You're not understanding like any words in this show though, and you can still understand everything that's going on because the characters are so full of emotion and everything. It's amazing. Watch Primal. I've watched both seasons by now. I just didn't separate them because I don't know. I just didn't want to. Like I did Lord of the Rings, but I probably should have. Season 2, I think I'd put higher than 1, even though the ending is not the best. I guess I'm excited to see where they go. I don't think it's over, but the ending of season 2, I'm somewhat not. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I'm loving this show, though. If you like action, anything, this is the show for you. Like, this is incredible. The story's great, too, though. Like, it's awesome. Thor: Love and Thunder, I rewatched. I used to have this in good tier. I I didn't like it as much on rewatch. I got a little bit bored, and I don't think I even finished it. We just stopped after a while because I'm like, I don't want to rewatch this. This has very little rewatch value. I'm noticing the CGI getting worse and worse each time I watch it. The story and characters aren't. I mean, the story's fine. The characters, they're just Iron Man again, like every character in the MCU is now, and that's getting boring, I think, is what's happening here. But I love Taika, but he didn't do too good with Thor: Love and Thunder. Probably had more fun with it than Father of the Bride, so I'll put it above that. But that's all I have to say about my rewatching of that. Top Gun Maverick, woo! I'll put it above Splatoon 3. Doesn't quite reach perfect for me, probably because I still have not watched the first Top Gun, but I've seen the new one, so that's weird. Splatoon music, I think, is playing in the background. That's cool. Um, it's a great film. If you haven't seen the last Top Gun, there's some parts you might not understand. Like characters come back and it's supposed to be like this, like, oh, I remember from the first one. Those don't hit as well, but you still like, oh, this is fun. I know this happened. So this character's son's cool. This character, yeah, you might not get all that, but it's still a fun time. It's a great fighter pilot movie, and it's got like one scene of like action, but you don't even like think about it like not full of action because I mean there is action, but it's got one like fight scene, but even then you're like, whoa, this felt like non-stop action the entire time. There's drama, there's everything you want from a great movie, and that is this movie, Top Gun Maverick. Watch it, have fun. Tom Cruise is fun except for his thing he has, and that's that. Then I watched the new season of What We Do in the Shadows. Still a great film. If you haven't seen What in the Shadows, it's a great comedy, sitcom type thing. Sitcom? Yeah, I guess it's a sitcom. Colin Robinson's hilarious in this. He acts just like a kid because, oh, spoiler, he turns into a kid at the end of last season and stuff happens. And that's that. So, yeah, Colin Robinson acts just like a kid talking about Minecraft. Alright, yeah, that's What We Do in the Shadows. Good show still. Don't think it's peaking as hard as it did before, but it's still great. I'm still having fun with it. It's nowhere near like Always Sunny levels, but it's exists, so that's that's something. And last but not least, we have Dogma, another Kevin Smith movie. Got two this month, but since I watched one, I'm like might as well watch the other. This one's probably my favorite Kevin Smith movie I've watched. I've only seen Clerks 2, both the Jay and Silent Bobs, and Clerks 3 now. So there might be more. I don't know why I put in awful. So there might be more now, but this movie's very funny, and the story's pretty cool. Like I like it's like a Christianity type story, but like it's it's fiction, but it's like she's the if these two angels get back into heaven, then the world's gonna end. And so she finds out she's like the great grandniece. That's spoilers. She's the great grandniece of Jesus, and so because Jesus had brothers and they had children or whatever, and so she can stop the angels from doing this, and that's the story. It's a fun time. It's not like it's perfect or anything, but it's really funny. The story's great. I love it. It's of course got Jay and Silent Bob in it, because they're in everything, like C-3PO and R2-D2, as they say. Doesn't, of course, I think it beats What We Do in the Shadow of the newest season, in my opinion, but I'm not putting it above Splatoon 3 or anything like that. It's great. Watch it if you're into Kevin Smith stuff. Fun time. And that is everything I watched or played in September. Lord of the Rings carrying this month, but there's also, like, there's 5 perfects here. The 3 Lord of the Rings movies, Super Mario World, and the 2 Primal seasons. So really 6 if you count Primal as 2. And we only had one here about down in the bad and awful. None in bad, but awful got Pinocchio, and we don't we don't talk about that. Okay. Um, we don't talk about that. And anyway, that's everything. Here's everything I watched. Next month we'll have the end of She-Hulk, which is probably gonna go down here. Spoilers, unless it gets better. I'm not enjoying it. It's not very funny. Um, what else comes out next month? I don't think I'm gonna finish Hunter x Hunter. It's super long, but I might. I might finish it next month. Um, I just finished the end of Nye. It's not on this one though, so it'll be on the next one. You'll get to hear my opinions on the end of Nye. The end is Nye. Um, that's any video games? Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I don't think I might finish in October. It comes out late October though, and I'm gonna play Nier Automata because it's coming to Switch, and I thought, why not? I'll just get it for Switch, and it's relatively cheap. So I'll see my opinions on that. And I think that's it. Oh, I think Ander's going into October or November though, so it won't end in October. But I'm having a good time with Ander. Spoilers for a future tier list. Anyway, that's everything I consumed in the month of September. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.